Hi. Hi, Andrew. Hi, Andrew. Remember when I was calling you Andrew for a really long time? Like every time that I would call you and you pick up the phone, then I would do that.
Yeah, I would wait for those moments to pass and then continue with the regular conversation.
Yeah, your conversation started like 8 seconds after my conversation
after
started.
You would get your stuff out. Yeah, pause. Yeah.
Yeah, there's somebody. I have a friend who does the same type of thing to me, but on a crazier level. Like he'll just leave super long voicemails, 2 to 3 minute voicemails, just rambling. So at least I'm not that.
Remember the ringtone voicemails? Like people would record a song and then play it into their voicemail.
I definitely did that.
Yeah. So there was that. There was like a muffled song in the background that they recorded on their by putting their phone next to their stereo.
Yeah, I did that too.
There was that. Yeah, there was that, but then there was also the ringtones era. Remember, you had to have
ringtones?
you had to either that or you had to have someone like put it in the phone.
Yeah.
Basically, when someone would call, it would have to be a good song or your favorite song or something.
Or like if it was a significant other or whatever, then you would have to.
Right.
They would have their little song.
Right.
Yeah. Yeah, I did that.
The sidekick days. Remember the sidekicks? Schling. No.
What was that? That's the noise right there.
No.
That's the sidekick noise.
It is. No.
Hey, you need to text me and not call. Boom. Let's go.
No, it's too. No, it was more so like schlink.
Incoming message.
That's.
No.
No.
Okay. We're back for another episode of Live from Ox City. We did a couple interviews, or not interviews, I guess. We talked to a couple people earlier.
We just kicked it.
Yeah, we kicked it with some people. We kicked some people. No, we talked to these guys earlier, and we'll cut it in, so you guys will hear that later. But we do have just the regular old stuff to go over as well. A lot of cool stuff. I found this video of DMX barking that didn't work, and then I started the episode and I was laughing at it, and it didn't work for Drew. Like he couldn't hear it, so it wasn't good podcast audio. I assure you that. You didn't miss out on
it. Yeah. I mean, if you want to know what that was, you could just go buy a DMX song on iTunes, and then it will understand. You'll understand with the barking and growling.
Do you think DMX has the? You think he's got the best voice, like, of the guys in that category, like the DMX, Jadakiss?
Absolutely, Jadakiss is by far the number one in that category. Wait, what was that? Yeah.
That's perfect, right?
Yes. That's Jadakiss laughing. Jadakiss laughed at your question.
Yeah. So, but you're saying Jadakiss is the top?
100%.
Okay. Who else is in that category?
You put Snoop in. Put Snoop in that category.
But he doesn't have like sound effects though.
No, he doesn't have sound effects. But if he gets on a track, you know it's Snoop Dogg. There's no ifs, ands, or buts.
Yeah, but I'm talking about I want guys with sound effects. I want guys who have
Sound effects.
signature noises that they make
I
that
got you.
aren't words. You know,
That's a good question.
because there's
Signature noises.
because
You got
yeah,
DMX with the.
DMX with the barking. You have Jada Kiss. I mean, Lil Wayne kind of has like his little laugh. You know, like
You got Jeezy with yeah
that's
or
a word though.
yeah.
It's a word though.
Okay, so it's just got to be a sound, a noise.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, DMX is the perfect. He's the perfect example. Like I saw that video and he was growling in it. He was basically just growling like a dog. Um, yeah, I guess nobody else really makes sound effects like that. It's a small category.
Oh, Rick Ross. Huh.
Okay, yeah, you're right. Yeah, you're right. You're right. I watched Judas and the Black Messiah earlier. You said that you haven't seen it, right? But you're wanting to see it.
Yeah. Um, there's some really good actors in there.
There are.
And
Um, the guy who plays Fred
is that a
Hampton,
Ryan Coogler movie?
he's Ryan Coogler is a producer on it.
Okay.
I think the
Because I saw
director is
a lot of
Shaka
those
King,
people.
which I'm not
Okay.
sure. I'm not sure what else Shaka King has done, but Coogler was a producer on it.
Coogler, everything he's doing is
Yeah, everything he
pretty
touches.
much fire.
Yeah, and I think
Yeah.
I think this won some awards. I'm not sure exactly what, but the lead
Wait,
character.
what?
What?
This movie won awards already?
Yeah, I think so.
What awards?
Like some film festival awards that
Oh,
I think
okay.
last
So
year,
like,
like it went to some film festival.
I got you. Okay.
But the guy who plays Fred Hampton, who is, who's trying to he's the leader of the Black Panther Party, the Black Panther chapter in Illinois.
Oh,
So the
okay. I
guy
was
who
like,
plays Fred Hampton is the guy who was in Get Out. You know who I'm talking about?
mm,
I guess both
yeah,
guys were in Get Out. Now that I think
both
about
of
it,
them are.
yeah, you're right.
Yeah, both of them are.
Yeah. But I didn't even realize that this guy, I can't remember what his name is, but that guy is British. The guy who's
Yeah,
the main character in Get Out.
yeah.
In Judas and the Black Messiah, which I mean you'll see, like his accent, he plays like a southern guy, I think.
hmm
Man, he's like really spot on. Like I didn't know that he was British, and then you see the interview. I saw an interview with him, and he's speaking with a British accent, and it was shock to my system. Um, but the movie was really well done. It was long. It was like 2 hours, but the movie was great. I looked it up. I didn't know much. We don't really know that much about Black Panthers. Like you don't learn all that much about it. But the movie really kind of brings light to that whole story. So it was really good. It was definitely the best one that I've seen so far this year. So
Do well, this won't. I don't think will spoil it. But do you remember if any of the like the Oakland
oh
chapter are in it?
um no, no, it's mostly Illinois because Kugler. You're saying because
Okay.
Kugler he does a lot of Oakland.
Well, because that's where they originated,
Oh, okay.
the Black Panthers.
No, it was mostly
So I was
Illinois.
just wondering.
No, but
Oh, okay.
yeah, it's a story that like once I watched the movie, then I kind of looked up some stuff about it just because I was curious. And there's it doesn't say that it's fact by or that's a completely true story or whatever. Like it says that they took some kind of artistic license, but from what I read, it's pretty close to what's on record about the whole situation. So yeah, it's really good. Like I said, I think it's the best movie that's come out this year so far. We're obviously early on in the year, but if you ask me, that's got the top spot. So that's got to get knocked off the top spot.
So you purchased it or you saw it on a streaming platform?
I have HBO Max.
Okay, so it's on HBO Max.
Yeah. So I have
Gotta
HBO
check that
Max, and that just came out on Friday. And then tomorrow, there's a new trailer coming out of the Snyder Cut, the Zack Snyder Cut, DC, the Justice League movie coming out. Or I guess it's not a movie. It's like a 3 or 4 part series maybe.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, so like he had so much footage that they cut it into 3 or 4 parts, and they're gonna release it on HBO Max. But they released a couple little teaser trailers over the last week or so, and it looks good. It looked good before. It did.
Yeah, I'm not gonna sit here and bash the movie, but I just wonder if it could either help or hurt them. That's all. There's not too much to talk
If
about.
they
with
put it
DC.
out and it's still trash,
They kind of shoot themselves in the foot, right?
they really do. If they put it out and they're like, "Look how awesome this is," and then it's just trash again.
Yeah.
Then
Yeah.
what do you do at that point?
Yeah.
But we'll see. I mean, all I wanted when they announced Zack Snyder being the guy. Zack Snyder is the 300 guy, You remember 300, the movie, right? The 300 Spartans. I love that movie.
Stabbing and killing the movie. Yeah.
Blood everywhere,
Blood and guts the movie. Yeah.
Yeah. So, like, I thought that when they hired him, they were just going to do that and just make it be, like, crazy and, like, blood spatters on the screen and boom, pow, things. But he didn't really do it like that, and so I was disappointed. That's what I was hoping for. So it looks a little bit more like that in the trailers that I've seen for it. I'm hoping that maybe it's just more 300-ish, but we'll see. I'm not gonna get my hopes up. I was talking to him about it, and I likened it to Stockholm syndrome. Like the thing where if a killer or like somebody has somebody held captive, then the captive person starts to form some kind of affection for the kidnapper. Are you familiar with that?
No.
Okay.
You're on the island.
So
Just kidding. Yeah, no, I know what you mean.
So DC, well, I'm just hoping so bad, but and every time I get let down, every single time, every movie, it's like, oh, it's gonna be good. It looks good. The trailer looks good. Suicide Squad.
Oh, well, that was DC?
Yeah, it was trash.
I never saw it.
Suicide Squad, I fell asleep in the theater twice. And then I tried to watch it again at home. Fell asleep.
Wait, okay, Suicide Squad was the one with Will Smith?
Yeah.
Is he in? There's 2 of them, right?
I think there's another Suicide Squad coming out at some point.
Got you.
I thought the Birds of Prey movie, the one with Harley Quinn, I thought that was pretty good. I thought it was really well done. But Suicide Squad itself was garbage.
Yeah, I'm not up on the suicidal Birds of Prey. Like I haven't seen any of them. No, I gotta see them. I haven't even seen. Is Joker part of that?
Yeah, and that's one of the other things that they kind of released a couple sneak peeks of Joker, and it's Jared Leto still. It looks like he's in some insane asylum or.
Wait, didn't that movie come out already?
Yeah. Yeah, I don't. Yeah, my bad. I'm thinking it's a new movie. I can't even remember if he's in that movie that much.
Yeah, see, this is how. Yeah,
yeah, but you're right. This is how you get confused. This is the problem with DC. God,
no one's having a problem saying, "Wait, did Iron Man come out? Did Captain America come?" No one's having that issue.
Hello?
Hello, Sampson Brue.
Yes, this is him.
Good
This
evening.
is the IRS. No.
How you doing, IRS?
Nah.
I got some money for you out there.
How you doing, man? This is Greg and Drew from, from Ox City, right? Live from Ox City, man. Thanks for being on the show.
Man, I appreciate you guys for having me.
So,
Yes, sir.
I was just thinking earlier, like, I was trying to think of how exactly we met, and I'm trying to think of how you and Drew know each other, because I know that we're all Oxnard people, but we met separately. I know Sampson somehow differently than Drew does. So
Yeah.
do you remember that, Sampson? You remember how we know each other?
I do not remember, but it happened. But it was the Boys and Girls Club.
It might have been.
I think it might have been the Boys and Girls Club league back in the day, and then Drew. Man, how the hell did we?
Well,
man.
See, I feel like you know Drew through
bleed.
Oxnard College.
Well, I know
No,
he
'cause-
bleeds green and blue.
That's what I thought. I thought that you know him.
I met. So I'm a couple years older than Samson. I remember Samson coming to the games.
Wait, hold
And
on.
then,
You're a couple years older, so we're a couple years older than Samson?
Yeah.
I
You
thought
guys
we were
are.
all the same age.
No, you guys are a couple years older than me.
Really? How much older?
It might be a year or two. Nothing crazy.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
Damn.
nothing crazy. Let's not get crazy.
Damn, I lost a couple years. That memory, though. Shoot.
Yes, it's a couple years. But I want to say, Greg, I want to say definitely it was probably, I feel like it was a Boys and Girls Club
Yeah, that makes sense.
playing basketball.
Okay.
Right
Yeah.
on, what was that, 7th Street back in the day.
Yeah. Okay, so you know Drew through.
Yeah, through well, we have a couple of mutual friends, and then like I said, he used to come. I think you were still in high school, right, Samson?
Yeah,
And
I was.
he used to come. He used to come to the game. I remember he used to come to our home games. And then after I had left Oxnard College, I saw that he was playing there, and I think we probably played in like open gyms and stuff like that, for sure.
Man,
So
I'm
I
pretty
mean,
sure.
any.
I was gonna
Yeah,
say, I'm
go
pretty
ahead.
sure I played with you at OC as far as like if there was an open run because
Yeah.
kind of Lee Abear is kind of like a mentor, big brother to me. So I'll always be with Lee, and that's the reason why I went to the
Okay.
game. To obviously go support Lee. So yeah,
Right, and Lee's a little bit older than us, right?
yes, he is.
Yeah,
Okay.
He
it's
is.
different.
Okay.
Yeah. I remember speaking of that. I remember maybe this was like right before the pandemic. Maybe Samson texts me and he's like, "Yo, we're about to have an alumni game," and I was like, "Okay, cool. When?" And he's like, "In like 3 hours." And I'm like, "Dang, man, I should have been stretching already for that."
Man, it was crazy. We had the alumni game and we ended up having enough players, but I needed confirmation, and at the time I think only 6 guys had confirmed. It was like, man, I don't want these 6 dudes to kind of tire out. They're a little older now, not playing as much, and they end up having 9 guys. What was crazy, and man, I probably shouldn't even say this, man. I know OC was up by about 20, and them old jokers came back and ended up
Wow.
beating them.
And beat him.
Yeah. So it was bad.
Mm.
It was bad.
It's not a good look.
Hey, man. Not at all.
Man.
Not at all. Not at all. So I actually was crazy. I couldn't even be at the game. I was kind of going through some personal things with my family. So when I got the news, let's just say I knew I was in for a long year.
When you found out that your college basketball team lost to some 35 and
alumni?
olders, yeah,
I mean,
some
I can't
LA
lie,
Fitness, some retired hoopers.
man, I can't lie. Some of the guys that came, you know, still kind of were playing, but for the most part, I'll say that was one or two dudes. Everybody else, like you said, LA Fitness, 24-hour fitness legends. And yeah, man. So that's when I knew we were in for a long, long season.
So you're a coach, right, at Oxnard College?
Yes, I am assistant coach at Oxnard College and was an assistant coach at Santa Clara High School as well.
Okay. How long you been doing the Oxnard College thing?
This without obviously the pandemic kind of messed it up. This would have been my third year as the assistant coach.
Were you guys able to do anything during the pandemic?
So when it started, we were working out, and then boom, it hit. We ended up having to go, use technology, Zoom, all throughout the summer. When we got back into fall, we couldn't be in the gym, but they allowed us to be on campus. So I was mainly just conditioning, and then when things kind of like ramped up again, it was back to the Zoom, which we currently are doing now, but we kind of just got the green light to go ahead and get back on campus, to get back conditioning. Still can't be in the gym doing any type of skill work.
You can't be outdoor either?
No, I was going to say, luckily for us, we have our outdoor court right behind the gym, so we can do some skill work there. And Drew knows the infamous track workout. So man, that's what we can do right now.
So what happens with eligibility? Have they said anything about that?
Yeah, no, that's a great question, Greg. So everybody gets their year back. They do not waste that year of eligibility athletically. So a couple guys want to come back, but even then, some guys want to move on because academically they're progressing and looking to graduate here soon. So for us, it's trying to find that fine balance of trying to keep some of the guys, and obviously still got to recruit for next year.
Yeah.
So all right, so we talked about you coaching at Oxnard College. What are some of the other things you do? Like, run down for the listeners who Sampson Brue is.
Okay, so like I said, I was an assistant at Santa Clara High School too. That's my alma mater. I did that for 3 years, or 2 years. My bad, 2 years, would have been 3. I have my own podcast, the Garage Pod, where we talk about all things local hoops. Mainly here and there we'll do some other sports, but mainly local hoops, especially within the high school scene around here.
Where can people find that, Sampson?
You can find it on all major platforms: Apple, Spotify, Anchor. You can find that podcast, and like I said, I'll interview different coaches out here. I've interviewed former football players that we've had out here, but again, I try to really, really hone in and talk about high school basketball and kind of big up some of the local talent that we have out here on both the girls and the boys end. And VC Elite basketball was one of our club teams. We kind of were hit by COVID this year, but this would have been one of our biggest years. I think we would have had over 160 kids in the program this year from
VC Elite is like a training. What kind of program is that?
It's AAU basketball.
Oh, okay. Okay, cool.
Yeah, AAU team that we started a little over. It would be now 4 years ago.
Okay.
Yeah,
cool.
4 years ago. It would have been 4 years ago.
It seems
this
like
crop of seniors, the 2021 class, was our first go with some of the kids, and so we did that. What else do I got for you guys?
And that's a ton. You got more?
I mean, yeah, man.
This guy's a jack of all trades. I thought you knew.
Man. But the saying, jack of all trades, master of none. So, but no, you try to balance the time, and but yeah,
Yeah.
referee here and there, and then man, I got
following in your dad's footsteps, right?
Yeah.
Let's not say that. not that well, but
Okay.
yeah, not that well. But doing that, and then some younger guys, man. Actually, Drew knows. I don't know if you remember Lee's younger brother, Marte.
Yeah, he played at Rio Mesa, right?
Yeah, he played at Rio.
Yeah.
Marte played at Rio. A group of young guys, man, out here. Trying to help them with their brand. It's called the Five. So we got apparel too.
Okay.
You can find them on IG. So yeah, man, like I said, we kind of dibble and dabble in different things.
Cool. Very cool.
So I got a question. So what all right, so what made you kind of get into, I guess, being the basketball guy in the community? And I remember you were even doing the open gym thing, right? You were like opening up a gym or something.
Yeah. So yeah.
You were at the skate park. I was like, man, this dude
The
is
skate park.
Yeah, no. So I mean, that all stemmed from me working for the city of Oxnard. Like you said, I think the jack of all trades thing happened there because, like you said, I worked in the skate park. From the skate park.
Oh, that was real?
Yeah, that's real.
I thought he was joking about the skate park. No. Oh, you really were working on? Okay, you're doing something with the skate park.
Yeah, no, I worked at the skate park. Worked at I worked again for the city of Oxnard. Cameraman, just kind of a jack of all trades. And the last stop that I had, they assigned me to Rio Vista Middle School, which was almost like a recreation center. And when you gave me a gym, it was like, man, this is kind of a dream come true. Now I can kind of host what I want to host with the crew that we had there, and we just centered everything around basketball, man. And it was kind of for that time being, man, it was definitely a hub out here, man. We had some really, really good players from high school to a lot of the JUCO guys would come and play there every single day. So yeah, it was fun, man. That was a fun time being able to have that gym.
Hey, well, whenever you start that back up, you need to invite us, please.
Hey, that's not a problem. What's crazy though too is we ended up actually. So when I left there, we ended up finding a gym in Camarillo. I don't know if you guys know about Freedom Park in Camarillo.
Yeah.
So we actually, and I got to big up my man Jonathan Davis. He actually helped me out, kind of lock down that gym. So for like about 2 months, 2.5 months, man, every Monday and Saturday, man, we had some dope open runs there, kind of invite only.
It sounds cool. It sounds like you guys had a real good time together. Sounds like you guys had a lot of fun playing together.
I mean, no, don't get it twisted. Man, I didn't, especially at Rio Vista. So I would play here and there, but man, we would have almost 60 guys, man.
60? 6-0?
Yeah, 6-0, yeah.
Wow. And you guys are playing games up to 25 too, I bet? Watch.
Nah, man, no 25. Up to we play games up to 9. But again, it was competitive. It was super competitive. Obviously you lose, you have to wait. So, it kind of helped guys out, kind of play the right way, so to speak.
That's one of the ways that I judge an open run is the point total, like what you play the games up to.
Right.
Like you'll be playing at LA Fitness and the game they'll want to play to 21, and everybody's 35. So by the time you guys hit 4 to 3, everybody's tired. It's a good run when they say game to 7, game to 9.
Right.
So
absolutely.
So yeah, whenever you start that back up, I need a league. I haven't played. This is probably the longest time that I've ever went without playing. I think it's probably the same for a lot of people. But
I would say, when is the last time you played? And man, I haven't seen you. I couldn't even remember last time I saw you.
I know. It's been years.
Yeah.
But I mean, I was playing before the pandemic started. Like, I would play at LA Fitness. I would play weekly, maybe a couple times a week. So I was playing, but I wasn't in great. I'm in better shape now than I was then, just because, pandemic boredom. But so now I'm I'm excited to play again because it's like feel like I'm finally in good shape to play. And then of course there's not even any hoops on the courts now. But
Well, and
Yeah.
I was gonna bring that up.
I had this. Yeah, I got it real quick, Sampson. I gotta say something about the hoops. So recently, Sampson and I were talking to our mutual friend, Anthony, and he said that in Oxnard, all the courts, not because of COVID, these rims are down because of Sampson. Is that true?
So I was gonna bring that up. So,
Okay.
so what we would do is on 7th Street.
Did you end basketball in the city for?
So I mean it's been said. So so I'm gonna give you kind of a little timeline. So every Sunday we would hoop at Sierra Park, and we'd have about 15 to 20 guys. It's a whole different separate group, and they were kind of worried about it. Man, I work for the city. I know most of the city people don't worry about it. So they would come by and tell you guys can't play. You guys can't play. Like, all right, man, cool. Or they would have to give us, they would call the cops, give us a citation and whatnot. But, they luckily, been able to talk to some people. It never happened. So, boom, all of a sudden you see that rim goes down. Okay, cool. So then we migrate with a different group, migrate over to Ventura High School. Man, and we had, again, this is right, man, I have to be real, it's right in the heart of the pandemic. Still trying to get some sun, still trying to hoop. So we migrate over to Ventura High School. Boom, shut that down. We migrate over to St. John's Lutheran Church, and this is the story that Andrew's talking about.
St. John's Lutheran Church?
Yeah.
Wait, hold on. Is that the carpet gym back in the day?
Yes, the carpet
That's
gym.
The carpet gym?
That's the carpet gym.
Oh, wow. Only the real Ox City people know. The carpet gym.
Yeah. The rug burn. That would go down.
The worst idea. It's insane. Wow, okay. So that's where you ended up?
So we ended up on the outdoor course because still nobody's allowing people in, but we ended up on the outdoor course, and it was good. That was actually started by George Albanese, and he had a great idea. He had some of the best girl basketball players out there, and then kind of had pickup for high school older kids. But I'll never forget. I got a phone call from Lee's brother Marte, like, hey man, try to help us get more people out here. And okay, I can do that. And man, we ended up having about 40 to 50 guys, man. That got shut down too. But luckily with them, they kept a rim on each court. You just couldn't play full court. So, kids, if they ever want to get some work in, they still can go to St. John's on the outdoor courts and at least get a half court. But everywhere else, I think the city of Oxnard may have,
everywhere I've seen has no hoops.
And now the hoops are down.
Yeah.
So, I mean, I guess you could say there's some truth to that from what Drew's talking about. So you can.
So I gotta ask you, pre-pandemic, what are the top 3, either off the top of your head, maybe whatever, in the area, local area, open run hoop spots? So it doesn't have to be Oxnard. It could be in the area.
Perfect. So pre-pandemic, man, Ventura High School was going up, man. That would be number 1. Man.
You talking about open run, or are you talking about men's league?
No, open run. Outdoor. So
outdoor.
Outdoor.
Yeah.
You would get high school kids. You would get the college guys. You would get some older. Man, it was some good run. You get about 40 guys out there every Saturday and Sunday morning.
Man,
that was one of the better spots. I mean, I guess
Greg,
you
don't
say,
like that?
no, it sounds great. I don't know if I can do that anymore. I really outdoor courts, high school kids, like, man, I'm
not
not.
for
I
everyone.
think I'm past that age.
No. I mean, I'll say this. I think, especially, man, you were one of the better guys out here, so you could impart some wisdom on some of the young cats that need it.
Yeah,
You know what I'm saying?
you're right, but I and I appreciate that, but I also do it in a very cranky way. Whenever, and I've noticed that I'm becoming that guy. I'm becoming, like, before the pandemic started and I was kind of playing at LA Fitness, I was becoming grandpa, old man correction guy. Like, if there's a guy on my team, there's a young whippersnapper who's not playing the right way, then I'll whip him into shape in front of everybody. Like, I'm starting to be that guy. So I think I might be headed that way anyways, but
I think it's needed,
yeah, you're right.
especially
You're right.
with this younger generation, man.
Yeah, you're
But
right.
I definitely would say there, and I mean, I guess it would be the 24-hour fitnesses and the LA Fitness. Maybe even before that, just off the top of my head, the top spot. I mean, I got to big up Real Vista Middle School, but even before that, probably number 3 for me would be Colonia Gym, man.
Yeah, even still, throwback.
I was waiting for that one.
Yeah, no, Colonia, man. That was the spot, man. Everybody would go to Colonia.
Did you play there as a kid, Sampson?
I did play at Colonia as a kid. When I was in high school, more so still outdoors, Sierra Park. Would get into the Boys and Girls Club off next to 5th Street. I really didn't go to Colonia as much, but man, Colonia, since I can't even remember, has shaped more basketball players out here than any other place.
That's one place. I mean, one of the places in Oxnard that if you're a basketball player who grew up in Oxnard, you played at Colonia Gym. That's one of those spots.
Absolutely.
Hey, Sampson, I was going to ask a specific question. I had this theory that I think coaches for basketball teams should be allowed to wear jerseys the same way that the players do. Like, you know how in baseball, like, the managers kind of wear the jerseys like the players?
Right.
So I was thinking that basketball coaches should do the same thing, and I don't see why not. What do you think about that? What are your feelings?
That is interesting. It never crossed my mind. I will say, I probably don't agree with it, but also I'm big on. I'm liking the polo look right now. I'm not really feeling the suit.
Okay, I'll put you down for maybe.
Hey, that works. That works.
Hey, so we do this thing. We call it Retired Hoopers, where it's just a few questions that we ask anybody who we have on the show who has played basketball in the past, grew up playing. So you mind if we run through these questions with you real quick?
Let's go through it, man.
Okay, cool. All right. So did you play in high school?
Yes, I played in high school.
Okay. Where'd you play?
Played at the best high school in Oxnard, California, Ventura County, Santa Clara High School.
All right, cool. We'll take it. My mom actually went to Santa Clara High School. I'll allow it. Did you play after high school?
Yes, I did.
What's the most points you've ever scored in a game?
28.
Oh, okay.
Dang.
Are you right or left-handed?
Buckets.
I'm right-handed.
You're right-handed.
And don't get twisted. It wasn't getting through. It wasn't getting buckets. I think it was mainly steals and layups. Like, cause let's keep it real. My jump shot, and I always, it might be Patrick Beverly-ish.
Oh man.
Hey, he's knocking him down right now.
I know. For now.
For now.
How many points do you think a pickup game should go to?
You said it already, between 7 and 9. That's the
Agreed.
perfect point of my, because like I said, it makes you value the possession.
It does, and it
in a
makes you
game-
value who's shooting the ball.
Yes, 100%.
You know, I've told this before, but my dad has always said that he loves basketball because you can choose who shoots it every single time. Baseball, you have to wait your turn. You know, like there's an order, there's a batting order. But
Right.
basketball, you can give it to your best shooter, you know, your best scorer whenever you want. You know, so like that's such an advantage that you should take it. You know, that you should use. Have you ever drawn a charge in a men's league game?
In a men's league game, you know what? I'm gonna say yes. I want to say I have off of Fifth Street.
You remember where it was? See, it's such a
I want to say it was off Fifth Street.
it's such a special thing to do.
It's Steve Peters League.
Because
I
I've
wanna
done it
say-
before too. I've done it before too, and then I remember I took a charge and it got called a charge, and the guy that got called for the charge, he just looked at me with this look after, like, just like really, man, like you're really gonna do that? And I remember feeling kind of bad about it, like what am I doing out here right now? Like, I'm taking charges? Am I?
Yeah.
Man,
Come on.
that's that computer blue.
What?
Computer Blue. I remember that squad.
Is that Space Jam?
Oh, man.
No,
I'll tell
no.
you about it later.
I have this next question. I'm not gonna ask it. I feel like it's offensive. I'll just ask it. Have you ever dunked?
No, but
Have you ever dunked a basketball, Sampson?
that's not offensive. You put the rim at 9 feet. You know,
9 feet, huh?
I gotta have a little, dunk package. It's not the basic standard one. It's not a basic standard one off 2K. You might get a potential windmill, maybe.
Okay.
You
All right,
might,
so
might get a back scratcher. Yeah, but no.
All right, so the
let's be real.
piggy.
I've been under the rim my whole life.
Hey, I hear you.
All right,
I-
then
me
piggyback
too.
off that
Go ahead.
that question. How hard were you going with slapping the backboard in warm ups?
I was the master of hitting the phone.
Okay.
Yeah. So
I got you.
that should tell you right there. Me tapping the phone all day.
Okay.
Okay.
Hey,
I got
that's something. That was a moment.
Yeah,
that
for
was a
sure.
moment for all of us. Once you got that first one, you were up into that next category.
Yeah.
Hey, so speaking of 2K, have you ever played 2K for respect?
For respect. 2K for respect. Damn. I'll say this. I know in college, guys would have their friends. This is when I was in Iowa. Guys would have their friends come over, and they would, hey, I bet you, my man from Cali could beat you. And it was always a game, with these dudes, always playing them. I would always lose the first game, always, just to see what they had. Okay, boom, they start talking their trash. I'm like, let's go double or nothing. Always would win the second game, and would never lose from there on out. It got to the point where guys wouldn't play.
Okay, so this sounds like a yes to me.
Yeah, I mean, yeah,
Okay.
You got to, man. And,
Okay.
and my man, Drew knows my teacher with that game is my boy and our boy Ant Scott with 2K. I used to get drugged through 2K by Ant Scott damn near every day. Lose by like 30, 40. I'm like, yo, this dude isn't that good. But what it was, he was so disciplined, and that's what taught me how to play.
Super
right
disciplined.
See, and that's exactly why I witnessed Drew just try to destroy somebody. Somebody was talking about 2K, and it was somebody that Drew just couldn't have. He couldn't let him talk about basketball like that to him. So it was like, pick up the sticks, let's go.
Yeah.
And Drew doesn't even play video games like that, but he just knew, like, he knew I'll do pick and rolls, we'll run a zone.
Man,
you know, like I'll box out, I'll dive on the floor, you know, like like he knows how to win.
yeah.
Hey, so speaking of you went to a school in Iowa.
Yes.
What was that experience like? A kid from Oxnard going to Iowa.
Yeah. You know, at that time, no. I'll just say that.
Yeah.
It was one of the probably the weirdest decisions of my life, but it gave me an opportunity to keep playing, and I just said, man, let's do it. And I'll never forget, man. I tell this story all the time, man. Got off the plane and just seeing cornfields, and I'm telling myself, what the did you think? Why are you here, bro? Like, what are you doing? And just, yeah, man, it was bad. It was bad those first couple of weeks, but you know, you're there for a goal, you're there for a purpose. And once I got over that initial shock of being there, man, it ended up being some of the best years, man, of my life.
Man, see, that's I admire people who did that, because I didn't do that. You know, like a lot of people went somewhere. You know, like you went to Iowa, and Drew, you went to Arizona, right? And then, you know, like we know a bunch of people who went to all these places to go play, and you kind of sacrifice that. Like you go to a different place that you're not used to, and I didn't do that, you know. So, but I hear stories from other people who really enjoyed that experience.
And the craziest part is you easily could have gone somewhere.
Yeah,
that's the craziest thing about it.
Yeah.
But actually, yeah, that's my question. What made you not continue to play? Because I want to say, didn't you, once you one of the top like leading scorers in the West States Conference?
Yeah, I had a really good second year at Moore Park.
Right.
But you know, I mean, it's you. I was playing. I probably started playing when I was like 5 or 6. You know, so you know that's 15 years of playing, and we're talking, you know, all year round and all that stuff. So it just I got worn out of it, you know, like, and I didn't push myself forward with it. You know, I can't blame anybody else. It's just I kind of ran out of gas on it, and I wanted to do other stuff. Like I played music for, you know, I did that for a few years. I mean, I still do that, but like do music, and now I'm doing podcasting, like entertainment type stuff. So, you know, like, so there's other stuff that I really wanted to explore. And so I think I was ready to kind of move on from that kind of thing, from the athletic venture.
No, I understand. Definitely got you on that one, man.
But I mean, I hear you guys talk about your experiences, you know, like you went to these places and you got to play more, you know, and then you got a couple, like I really enjoyed the years that I had, and then to have another 2 somewhere else, I'm sure is really cool for you guys.
Yeah, but
yes.
that's a whole other topic, man, that I definitely talk to kids about, because I end up not finishing, man, playing wise at least, and that's a whole other story that maybe we could talk about off air or on another topic, man.
Whenever you invite us to your open run.
That's perfect. That's perfect.
Hey, real quick, I wanted to get your top 5 Oxnard or 805 players that you've seen play basketball.
Okay. Nah, man, that man, I can do that for you, man. I gotta give respect to this dude off the top, because I want to say there's only around 4,300 players that have ever played in the NBA. He was my teammate for a year, and we we grew close when we were in college. So I got to big up James Ennis.
Oh yeah.
Easy
You know,
call.
you know, like I said, there's only 4,300 roughly, you know, in the history of the best league in the world to make it, and he's part of that small fraternity. So I got to give love to him. Another guy I got to show love to is Nick Curtis.
Oh yeah.
He was one of
dominant.
he was one of the top dogs out here. Played at Oxnard High School, and the other two or three, but these next two, man, it's kind of a homer. But man, I got to watch them play. They're kind of one of the reasons why I went to Santa Clara, and that's B.J. Ward and Nick Jones.
Oh okay.
Yep.
That was one heck of a tandem over there at SC. You know, won a state title, got co-players of the year in CIF, and then went and did that thing at
Man,
UCSB.
that's crazy. That's crazy. Co-player of the year, won CIF, right? And then
won a state title.
I remember.
And then left together to go to UCSB.
They both went to UCSB?
Yeah, they played. Yep, they left together. They went. And
they made it to the tournament.
Yeah, you're right. Yeah,
they did. So
that's winning. Those are winners right there.
No, absolutely. And I'm gonna show love to this last kid because he is a kid. And I don't know what's gonna happen with him, but watching him these past couple of years, man, I'm gonna show love to Triple J, man. I'm gonna show love to Jaime Hopkins out of Camarillo.
Okay.
That's recent, right?
I'm not familiar.
Yeah, that's literally
big guy.
2 years ago, yeah, but he's about 6'7".
Yeah.
6'8".
Is it UCLA?
Yeah, UCLA.
Right. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, I haven't seen. That's probably the only guy that I haven't seen.
No, he was a monster, man, at Camarillo High. And like I said, I'm not one of them dudes that, you know, it's my era or the era before me. Like, I'm gonna show respect to everybody. That's why I chose him. And if you guys don't mind, can I give a couple honorable mentions out too?
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, for sure.
Oh man, so especially with the younger generation, there's a cat named there's another two cat, Drake London. He's at Moore Park High School. We actually played against him my first year at SC, and I'll never forget this game. This dude got in foul trouble, ended up with 3 fouls in the first quarter. I want to say he had maybe 5 points, but we ended up winning by about 14. But in the third and fourth quarter, let's just say the dude ended up with 39 for the game. And had there been another quarter, I'm pretty sure we lose because we couldn't do nothing to stop him at all. Threw every jump defense at him. He just was pissed from the first half, and he made that happen. But the kid can absolutely hoop.
Moore Park, huh?
And then, Moore Park High School. He plays football now at USC.
Okay. Okay.
The receiver over there. And then the other kid is I don't know if you guys heard of him, Riley Batten out of Oak Park. Man, he was a center for them. He plays at Utah right now. That dude was cold, man. Some of the best footwork and hands that I've ever seen.
Man, are you seeing a lot? Are you seeing way better footwork and attention to detail type stuff like that? I feel like with all the access to information that people have, or trainers and all that stuff that kids have now that we didn't really have when we were younger, that kids come up and they're more polished than we would have been at the same, at the same age.
No, yeah, I mean, yeah, absolutely. I definitely think this group is more skilled from that aspect, but I would say from an IQ perspective, a lot of these kids still are lacking, so to speak. And I think it goes to what you were talking about earlier with the pickup games, right? Like you're playing pickup games to 25 or 21 or whatever.
Right.
So you really don't value the possessions, or you're not really paying attention to what's going on. You're just kind of playing the game. And what I see too, a lot of kids have tools in the tool belt. They don't know when to pull those tools out as well. So yeah, but no, definitely, I think kids, the game evolves. and watching some of these guys play, some of these kids play, man, they are very, very skilled.
Yeah, that's what I'm seeing. I'm seeing all the, kids that are coming up out of college and into the pros. Like some of the rookies that are playing now. I mean, look at the last couple of years, Ja Morant and all these guys that come out and they're just NBA ready from day one.
Absolutely.
It's happening so much earlier than it used to.
Do you think okay, so you brought up with Ja Morant, like watching the game right now, do you think kids, like he ends up at a Murray State, you got like a Dame who was at Weber State, like these kids don't have to go to the Blue Bloods no more. They don't got to go to Kentucky. They don't got to go to a North Carolina,
Yeah,
so to speak. They can kind of go anywhere and still, kind of get that time on the floor, and kind of really, really work on their skill.
I think it's really if they can get to the tournament. I don't know if Dame made it to the tournament, but that stage is just so big that and you have a guy like Morant who is dominating where he's at, right? He's dominating at Murray State. He's everybody that they're playing, and then you put him on the national stage and he does the same thing, and then it doesn't matter where he plays. It doesn't matter if he's at Duke or he's at Murray State.
Absolutely.
Hey, who's your favorite team? I just wanted to ask that. I forgot.
Hey, man. You put me on the spot. I don't like people telling who my favorite team is, but it's I'm an Orlando Magic fan.
Oh,
let me just say why. Let me.
I could guess.
Yeah, a lot of people should know
Penny.
why.
Yeah, Penny Hardaway, right?
Dude, Penny. I just remember the 1994, 95 series, man. Like that's when when I was watching basketball, like can kind of comprehend. I just remember that playoff series, man, versus the Bulls, and I'm watching Penny and Shaq, and I'm like, yo, who are these dudes? Like, that's my team, and I just stuck with them the rest of my life.
Well, I'm not gonna lie. The series where he didn't have Shaq, where the year I think it was 97 or 96 when they played the Miami Heat. I think it was the first round.
Yeah.
I think they got maybe swept, or they lost like 4-1 or something like that, or 4-2, something like that. But he averaged like 40. I was like, wow, this dude is and then he got injured and the rest. But that's when I was like, man, he is super nice.
No, yeah, absolutely. That's my guy to this day, man. I'm a Penny Hardaway fan.
So that probably answers my next question, which was going to be, what's your favorite sneaker?
See, but it's not. It's Jordan.
Okay.
It is, and it's probably generic. I'm a big fan of the Cool Gray 11.
Okay.
Those are my all-time favorite
Classic.
shoes.
One more thing. Last thing, have the Clippers ever won a championship?
I'm gonna say, you know what, man? I'm gonna give them the benefit of the doubt. I'm gonna say, yeah. I got a bunch of friends that are Clipper fans. I hope they do. Hey, man. I'm liking. They're having a good year now. We'll see what happens. I'll be honest. The Lakers are probably gonna win the championship this year, but
I agree.
The Clippers they'll be right there, and you never know what happens.
Yeah, no, we'll see.
We will.
Hey, well, we appreciate you doing this with us, man. It's been cool to have you on here.
No, I appreciate you guys for extending the invite.
Yeah,
and hopefully we can do it again.
And so one more time, what's that? What's that podcast?
It's the Garage Podcast. Like I said, you can find it on Spotify. You can find it on Apple, all major platforms. And man. Actually, my next episode is with like I said, I'll do football guys from here. Time to time. And I was actually able to link up with Ronnie Jenkins played at Wanimi, played in the NFL for the Chargers and the Raiders.
Okay, cool.
Got to link up with him, so his story is pretty compelling, and I can't wait to have the episode come out.
Cool. Drew, you good?
What about where can people find you? Shout out whatever your social medias are.
Yeah. Your handles.
There you go.
Again, social media, you can find me on IG at Brue Strong, Brue_Strong. You can find me on Twitter at Sampson Brue the third. Facebook, obviously Sampson Brue, but yeah, those are the main two are IG and Twitter.
Perfect. All right, cool. Thanks. Appreciate it, Sampson.
Man, I appreciate you guys, man. Have a good one.
All right, man.
So I tried to buy a new car. I tried to buy a new car. No. I tried to buy a new car today, right? So I call, and I'm not really pressed. Like, I don't need a new car. Like, we're in the middle of a pandemic, supposedly. So I don't really need it. Like, I'm not really driving that much. But, so I call up the dealership. Couple cars that, you know, I'm interested in. And I call them, and he's like, yeah, we got the car. And he's like, come on and take a look at it. I'm like, you got the car though? Like, I'm not gonna go over there for no reason. And he's like, yeah, I got it. I'm gonna send you a picture of it. So he sends a picture to my email, and boom, he's definitely the car. So I go over there. I'm like, okay, I'm gonna be there at like 12. It was probably like 10:30. And he when I get there, oh no, in the email when he sent the picture, he's like, oh, talk to Jim or ask for Jim. So I get there, and I get out the car. Dude basically meets me at my door. You know how they are when you get to the car dealership.
Yeah.
And he's like, hey, how's it going? Basically hounding me. Probably, you know, it's dead. It's kind of dead.
Right.
So so I was like, hey, is Jim here? Dude looked at me like I had 3 heads. I'm like, what the okay, so maybe he didn't hear me because I'm wearing a mask. So say a little bit louder. He's like, oh yeah, Jim. So he goes and grabs him. Dude comes out, short little husky dude, and he's like, I should have grabbed the car. It's across the street. I'm like, oh.
At a different dealership?
Yeah, like it's like one of those. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So he's like, I should have grabbed the car. So he gets the car. I wait for him. He gets the car. Definitely not the car that I asked for. I was looking at a dark. It was like a dark grayish. I think they call it mica or something, mica gray or something. I don't know, metallic. I don't know, something like that. So,
what color did you bring out?
He brought a white car.
Oh.
So this dude pulls up in this white car, and he has the window down, and he's all hype. And I'm like looking like, what are you doing? So as he pulls up, mind you, the window's down, he's like, this is a great car, isn't it? I'm like, so I'm like, no, I didn't think it was going to be white. And so he's like, he didn't hear me though. I don't think he heard me because of the mask thing, you know, again. Right. And so he gets out and he tries to toss me the keys, but the toss was terrible, so they just fall. Oh,
did you make an effort?
Fall to the? Oh, absolutely not.
Yeah, I figured.
Yeah, but I would have had to like take a step or two like to catch it.
You were, what I mean? Yeah, okay.
So it was.
So you just watched them hit the ground.
Yeah, basically.
And then
unfortunately.
Yeah.
Yeah. No disrespect. It's Corona. Like you can't. You know what I mean? Like I'm not gonna test drive the car. So why? Yeah. Endanger him. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So keys hit the floor, and I'm like, oh, I wasn't expecting a white car. Like, I didn't want a white car. And he's like, oh, did I get the wrong VIN? So then he goes back into the dealership. He comes right back out and he's like, oh, let me grab it. It's another VIN. And so he leaves again. So as he's gone, the other dude from the dealership comes out and he's on the phone and he's like, I'm so sorry, but we don't have he's like, we don't have the car. So I'm like, oh, okay. So he sees me take a step away, like basically like I'm out of here.
Right.
And he's like, but you don't want to look at another car?
Oh, wow.
I'm like, no, not at all.
Wow.
Not at all. Take care. Peace.
Are you you used to do sales,
Mm-hmm.
right?
Yeah, but not the used / car dealership sleazy. No,
Did you ever
disrespect
think
to
about
anyone who is
selling cars?
no.
No.
I'm not a big car person, anyways. Like I'm not.
Yeah.
So I'm not really interested in cars like that. But nah, I never thought about doing it. Plus, I'm not trying to.
Did you like sales? Because I've done sales before too.
Mm-hmm. No, did I like sales? I was really good at it. I was really good at it. It came like natural.
Yeah.
So,
But
I wasn't. It
it's
was
all
never
the stuff
an
that
issue
gets
for
piled
me.
on top of it. Like at least in my case, like when you're a salesperson and you're gonna sell somebody whatever it is, and then you also got to sell them this stupid thing that they don't need. Like sell them an accessory, sell them, a stupid warranty that they don't need. That was the part that was where I couldn't do it.
Yeah,
So
I got into coaching the sales pretty fast because I did really well fairly quickly. So I wasn't really like the person per se selling like the front lines or whatever. I got into the management pretty fast, so I didn't really have to like deal with the BS as much. You know what I mean? I was more so coaching and managing people. Sales management or whatever. So, but as far as sales, it is kind of it has its moments where it's pretty trash too.
Yeah. I don't know
because
anybody
I'm not
who's
the
chosen that for their
well, some people
long-term
like
thing.
it. Some people.
I don't know
like
anybody who does. I know that there are
look at
people
Wolf
who
of
like
Wall
it, but I
Street.
don't know anybody who does. Yeah.
Do you got a lot of guys like that? A lot of people like that.
Yeah, I mean, I don't
They just
know
want
any
to
of
sell
those guys,
something.
but yeah, but there are some people like that. I remember doing a job interview because I worked for Guitar Center, and then I did a job interview with Sam Ash, which is basically like Guitar Center's rival company. And so I went in and I'm having this interview, and the interviewer who's conducting it, slides a stapler over to me across the table and says, "Sell me this stapler."
Oh, so he did the
that
same thing as the Wolf of Wall Street.
I
Sell me
guess.
this
I mean, this
pen.
was back in like I don't know, 2008.
1960s.
But
Yeah.
But yeah. So and he slides that across the table, and I knew what he was doing. I get it. I understand what you're trying to do. So I played along, and I said whatever, like, oh, it's the best. I don't know. It's the made of all stainless steel staple parts, military grade staple steel. But then he kept pushing it, like, nah, like, no, it's not. It's not made of steel, or questioning whatever made up shit that I was saying. And like, so at that point you can't win.
Yeah.
So I kind of just gave up. I didn't get a job.
You gave up? What do you mean?
Yeah. I didn't know what to do.
I give up?
I didn't know what to do because I kept trying, like this one never runs out of staples. And then he's like, that's impossible. Shit, So
He was probably.
it's a really stupid interview tactic.
Yeah, no, for sure. He was probably assistant to the regional manager or something.
Yeah, he probably, maybe he didn't even work there, and he was just like saw me hanging around and wanted to do an interview with me. I don't know.
Yeah. Yeah, there was some funny times in sales. I'm not gonna lie.
All right, cool. So we are on with Farron, who is the owner,
Hey,
right?
good evening. Yeah, how you doing?
Pretty good. This is, like we said, Greg and Drew, local Oxnard guys who do our Retired Hooper Oxnard podcast. But so you're the owner of the Oxnard Orcas, correct?
Yeah, that's correct.
Cool. And what is the Oxnard Orcas?
The Oxnard Orcas are a American Basketball Association team. So we are a professional, some say semi-pro, because of what happened back in the late 70s when the NBA bought the rights of the ABA. I felt like they bought their competitor, which was an excellent deal. You know, you buy out your competition. And so a group of guys got together and they bought the rights back. And so there are now like 200 ABA teams across the country.
Okay. So how long has the ABA, this version of the ABA, been in existence?
About mid-2000s.
Okay. And are there any other teams locally, like in Southern California?
Oh yeah, man. In our division, there's about 40 plus teams right now.
40 plus teams in your division.
Yeah.
Wow. Okay.
All the way from Northern California all the way down to San Diego.
And so how long have you been involved with the ABA?
So the team in my city where I live at in Fontana, the IE Emperors, was I saw their Instagram page early last year. And I connected with them because I have an organization for sickle cell trait awareness that impacts athletes and military from exercise exertion. And so I initially reached out to them to see if I could partner with their organization. And when the guy, Kevin Daly, saw all of my sports shows and all the work that I've done, and I'm a graduate from the TV and radio broadcasting school in Huntington Beach, he asked me to be his media director.
Okay.
So that's how I started the dialogue with them. And then he told me he had owned some properties. He had bought the IE Emperors, he bought the Oxnard territory, and a couple of more areas. And so when he mentioned the Oxnard, I've been through there, and I'm like, man, that's a beautiful city. I'm like, that's a nice area. And he was like, yeah, I think I'm going to sell it. And I'm like, if I was you, I wouldn't sell that. He was like, really? I'm like, no way, man. That is a nice area.
Agreed.
And about 6 months later, he bought more territories. The guys, he's going to change the culture of the ABA. He bought some more territories, and he was like, hey, you know what? I remember you looked at Oxnard area, so you want to buy it? And I was like, well, let me pray and think about it and see what what it's about. And so I did that. And I actually have a friend who owned a LA ABA team that I interviewed on my sports show a couple of years ago. And he folded. So I called him and I was like, hey, I want to find out what your experience was with the ABA. I have an opportunity to buy a team. And so I talked to him for about an hour and 45 minutes. He gave me his rundown. And when I looked at it and I looked at, what I wanted to accomplish with it, I felt that I could handle that stuff that he experienced was, that caused him to fold. And so I did say my prayers, and Kevin said, well, you know what? I offered it to a couple more people. So who are, first come, first serve. And I bought it.
So when you bought it, was it already the Orcas or was it just the Oxnard territory?
No, it was. He had actually named it already, the Oxnard Orcas. So
Okay.
I have I could change the name, but
Don't change it.
I liked it.
Don't change it. The name is great.
Yeah, no, I liked it. So I was like, so the biggest thing next was trying to find a logo that would, represent.
Don't change that either. The logo's great. I'm telling you, the logo and the name are awesome. My fiance would be very upset if I didn't mention this, but
What?
she really wanted me to ask if you had already hired a mascot
No,
for
tell
the
her
team.
I'm gonna need one in somebody.
Okay, because she's got experience, and so she's really
No way.
looking forward to an opportunity to get back into the mascot game and the Orcas.
No way.
Yeah, like I already got her like a Orca onesie pajama type thing already. So like we're already halfway there.
You know what, man? You guys are a blessing because I have to build this thing from ground zero. I mean, I gotta find a gym.
Yeah, I was going to
play
ask you about that too. What's that process like? Is finding a venue?
So when I purchased the team in April last year, you know, all the pandemic was in the middle of it. So my initial goal was to just buy the territory and then take the year to launch it this year. But my buddy Kevin was like, "Oh man, you could throw a team together, you know, and we're gonna play." And I was like, "You know what? All right." So I announced I was gonna launch, and then the pandemic got worse, and so by July I was like, "You know what, man? I have to make a decision, a choice, because this thing is, we have no idea. All the gyms were closed, the schools were closed, and so I was like, you know what? I prayed again, and I was like, you know what? I'm gonna pull the plug. And so I sent an email to the ABA franchise and said, "Hey, we're withdrawing." And a lot of teams did.
Right.
But in that process, I was talking to Oxnard Community College. They have a beautiful gym, and it's kind of underused. So I'm in the process of in the process of creating a relationship with the college so I can utilize the court there. That would be like number one.
It's sorry, before you move on, we actually just spoke with Sampson Brue, who
so I met him along the way.
And also Drew. Drew went to Oxnard College. Drew played at Oxnard College. So
so I know Coach Mack. Yeah, I know Coach Mack, Sampson, all the people there. But yeah,
I think we have a new relationship, fellas. Because, like I said, I'm at ground zero. I have to build everything from the mascot to the scorekeeper. I mean, we're going to create jobs.
Right.
I mean, I have a lot of things that are for the community, and the basketball is the bonus. And so that's where I'm at. So
cool. Hey, so I was going to ask you, there are some different rules with the ABA, right?
There is, yes.
So what's different about the ABA rules? Do you know?
So a couple things I could tell you is different. We do have a 4-point shot.
Oh, wow. You have a 4-point shot.
Yeah, we got a 4-point shot.
How much further back is the 4-point shot from the 3-point?
It's you know where the half court line is at?
Yeah.
Take like one step to the corner.
Oh, so Steph Curry's like warm up range?
Yeah, it's deep.
Okay.
Yeah, and we use the red, white, and blue basketball.
Okay, cool. That's the ABA staple, right?
Yeah, the ABA staple. Yeah. And then that's pretty much, it's not a lot. Just the 4-point shot, and if you get stopped beyond the half court line, a turnover, then the points, the points go up, and so you have an opportunity for the clock you have a certain amount of time to score. You can get like 10 points in like a few shots.
There's and I think the backcourt. I saw that the backcourt time is less too.
Yeah,
I think it's like 7 seconds, right?
Yeah, 7 instead of 10.
Yeah. Hey, what are your what do your coaches wear? Your coaches wear suits? Like, do the ABA coaches typically wear suits?
We're gonna be. We're gonna get polos. So the coaches and assistant coaches have their polos and things like that. No,
right.
We're not gonna go to the suit per se. Not
so
yet.
let me just, you as a professional basketball executive, I had this idea that I've been trying to pitch to people.
What you got?
I think that basketball coaches should be allowed to wear uniforms the way that baseball coaches you wear uniforms.
I like that.
I think that basketball coaches should be, allowed a uniform and a number, and they should be able to wear the team shoes. I just wanted to see what you thought about.
I actually like that. As an owner, I'm gonna wear it.
See, then you get your own number, like you get your name on the back,
Hey, I might come out of retirement and play. So and so with the ABA, we're allowed to have celebrities play with us at home games. So if you gentlemen, want to stretch your stuff in the game,
Oh,
you
wow.
will be able to suit up and play a game with us.
Wow. That would be amazing.
Yeah.
So I got a question. On a serious note, you see a lot of like pro sports teams. They bring in the local, like maybe one example I have is the Miami Heat. They brought in, they drafted Udonis Haslem, and he's like a local guy, and so he's like a staple on that team. He doesn't really play that much. At one point he did. But you see, other sports teams, not just basketball, they bring in a local guy, not even maybe a core guy that really plays that much, but sort of a part of that community to, I guess, bring in more people. Do you have local people? What are your thoughts? Yeah, bring in local people. What are your thoughts on that? And does Greg get a tryout?
So here's my thought about that. I would love to have the majority of the team live in the community. That is my ultimate goal. I know that basketball players will travel, from LA to out there, but for me, that community relationship is very important. And so the tryouts are going to be, open to whoever wants to come and try out for the team. But as an owner, that I want players from the city to represent their city, because as you mentioned, even with the professional sports, you can't walk up and talk to LeBron James. You can't walk up and talk to these people. And so, but I want that relationship where we're going to go into the schools. Your fan base will be your community members. And right. So I want that relationship for the professional team, but also I'm going to have 3 levels. I'm going to have the ABA professional team, and then we have the development team that's going to be like our G League, where we're going to be able to have players who are not ready to play professional, but we get to develop them at the same time. And then that'll be our pool of players that we bring up, through our teams. And then so after the development team, then we're going to have a junior ABA team that's going to take care of the AAU part for the youth. So if you don't make the pro team, we're going to have plenty of room on a development team, and that's going to be where we're going to use that to play in the leagues around the city. You know how you have these little tournaments and leagues and stuff?
Right.
Yeah.
So we'll put teams in those leagues to develop them and give them playing time, but also a chance to play at that professional level with us in the community. So it's really serious, man. And I'm grateful because for me as a basketball player, I chose to go to the military. I chose to go to work in high school, and I kind of just left my basketball to recreation and stress relief.
So you played, Farron?
Oh yeah, I played high school ball, Diamond Bar High School, Fairfax, but that was in the late '80s. But and I played in the military.
Hey, so usually when we have somebody on who played basketball in the past, and we kind of ask, we have a few questions that we asked our retired hoopers that come on the show. Okay. You mind if I throw a couple of these questions at you?
Go ahead.
Okay, cool. So you played in high school, you said, right?
Yep.
Okay. How many points do you think a pickup game should go to?
Oh man, 15.
15. Wow. Okay. We asked Sampson, and he said between like 7 to 9, which I agree. I think a low number is a little bit better.
11. I was going to say 11, but okay, it depends on if you're playing 1 point or 2 points.
Yeah, you're right. You're right. Yeah, you're right.
Right. So if it's all 1, then maybe 11. But if it's 2, then you got to go to 15 or 13 or 15.
Yeah. Okay.
So
yeah,
you can because we have to compensate for the 2-pointer. Because
I think that's about right. I could sit with that. I could live with that.
And if you're playing with 4 points,
yeah, if you're playing ABA rules with 4-pointers, then
right.
If you had to give yourself an NBA player comparison, like for your game, for your style, what would it be?
I would say Kareem, because I still use my 1988 sky hook. I still use my sky hook.
Sky hook, okay.
Yeah, off the glass too.
Oh, okay. Oh, okay. How tall are you?
6'2", almost 6'3".
Okay. Have you ever dunked?
Long time ago.
Long time ago. Okay, that counts. That counts. Did you ever play in men's leagues?
Yes.
Have you ever taken a charge in one of those games?
Hell no.
I'm guilty. I've done it before. I'm not proud of it.
What were you trying to prove?
That's what I'm saying. I'm not proud of it. And I won't do it again. But
yeah,
we all make
unless
mistakes.
Unless you got Kaiser insurance.
Yeah, I don't. So I'm out of that. Have you ever played 2K for respect?
No, for respect.
Yeah, like somebody challenges you to 2K, but you feel like you know basketball better than them, and so you pick up the sticks.
Oh, I take that back. Yes,
like, pick up the sticks. Let's go. Let's figure it out.
Yes, I have. Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay. So you have. Okay. Me too. We all have.
Yeah.
What's your favorite sports team or your favorite basketball team? Who's your NBA team you root for? I guess the Orcas, right? We got to say that.
Well, yeah. Well, the Orcas to heart, but before the Orcas, if I go NBA, I got to give it to the Detroit Pistons. Man, I'm a Pistons fan.
Pistons. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, that's the first one that we've heard of that. What's your
are we
favorite?
Talking Isaiah Thomas.
Yeah, Bad Boys. Are we talking Mr.
Yeah,
Big
I'm
Shot?
talking Bad Boys all the way to Chauncey Billups. But Billups.
Go ahead.
No, that's Bob Billups. I'm saying I was exaggerating his name.
Oh, okay. What's your favorite sneaker? Like your favorite basketball shoe?
Oh man, I play ball in Nikes, but my casuals are I'm a Reebok Classic guy.
Oh,
So my
Reebok
basketball
Classic.
shoes
Okay. AI is
yeah,
right.
my
AI
basketball
is Reebok.
Yeah, he's yeah, but I play ball in Nike though.
Okay, I do too.
Yeah.
All right, and last one: have the Clippers ever won a championship?
In my heart, yes. On 2K, yes.
Yeah, that's it. That's all of our retired hoopers. Yeah, that's all we got, man. But I appreciate you jumping on here with us. That was cool. That was fun.
No, man, thank you. But I'm for real, man. I appreciate you guys, and I need help. So
Yeah.
I got to build this thing from ground zero. My goal is to come in the community and have people, like yourself, work with us, help us build it, and it become a family organization. So I would love to have whatever your input, ideas that you have. I don't have all the answers. I will tell you that I do own a part of a couple of other ABA teams as well.
Okay.
So the guys that are helping me put my Orcas together, because what I did was when I first bought it, I was going to just make it a for-profit organization. But then I have a nonprofit, and I have, like I said, I have an organization for some conversation that's sports related. So I felt if I wrote it into my nonprofit and made it a project, then I could fund it, and people who donated gives a tax write-off for companies that sponsor us and things like that. So,
Right.
But the other two teams, we're not sure if they're going to be for-profit or nonprofit. But the only thing with it being a nonprofit is I have to hire the coaches as like subcontractors, so I could pay them and pay the, because we want to pay the players and things like that. So it's not going to be ran.
I think the players would appreciate that too. Would be my guess.
Yeah. So we want to. So my assistant, my GM is a prior NBA player, played for the Clippers, and then my coach, he runs a men's league called P4E, and so we got a core group of basketball heads. And so we all went together. After I bought the Orcas, they wanted, there was an opportunity for us to buy in some more territory. So we bought Santa Monica and we bought Norwalk. So the four of us owned those two together. And then Kevin offered me a percentage of a Coachella Valley team, but then his cousin bought it from him. So he gave me my stocks in the South Bay Sharks. So I'm an Orca and a Shark.
But you would say that the Orcas are your favorite, though, right?
Oh, of course.
Right. Okay.
Of course.
Perfect.
Of course.
Okay. Great. Great.
That stays. Yeah.
Is there anything else? Anything else you want to plug before we say goodbye here?
No, I just want just for the community to know that the programs that we're coming are going to alter the conversations as far as youth. I'm very interested in helping the youth develop achievement skills and dialogue skills, which will transfer to the parents, which will transfer into growing that community and altering the lives and just the mindset. I believe that there needs to be a mindset shift so we can learn how to think clearly and then take on these systems that we keep pointing to. So veteran suicide is very important to me. I'm a veteran, 24-year Army retired.
Okay.
I know what that feels like, tastes like. And so these programs, these mentorship programs, and even for athletes like yourself, who our identity are in those titles, from basketball player to whatever
Retired
sport you
hooper.
play to military. So what happens when that career comes to an end, like myself, then we got to figure out what's next.
Right.
And so we want to be able to, from my experience, personal experience, and with these tools, help our community and help people figure out what's next and not be stuck and trapped. And that mindset, man, the subconscious mind is powerful, and it keeps us safe, but it also hinders our growth at times as well. So that's what I'm bringing to the table. And the basketball is where we're all going to get to come together, watch your favorite player, watch your favorite team, and watch us chase this championship. And that's the ultimate goal.
Whatever we can do, man, hit us up. Let us know if there's anything that we can help you out with.
I will, for sure. I appreciate you.
Yeah, all right, man. Thanks.
Peace.
Did you see the Oxnard? Of course, I always ask that. You never see anything, but there's an Oxnard. Oxnard was featured in a Super Bowl little short film for the Super Bowl. Did you see that?
I did see that. Yeah, there was a bunch of Oxnard people in it.
Yeah, there was
and
like
it was during the Super Bowl.
Right. There were a lot of local sports guys who were in it.
No, in all honesty, it was a really good commercial. Yeah. Well, the dude from NFL, what was that, NFL Network or ESPN? He was
NFL
the
Network,
narrator. Yeah, the Nate something.
Yeah, an actor, I think.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
I thought it was a former football player, but I think we should fact check that. But
you might be right. Yeah, we'll fact check it. But the guy who put it together, he just wanted to feature Nate Burleson.
yeah, I feel like he was a wide receiver.
Yeah, it says former NFL or narrated by NFL commentator Nate Burleson.
What team did he play on?
I don't know. Doesn't say it right here.
Okay.
But yeah, Julian Gooden put this film together, and I think I should probably fact check this too, but I think he's actually a distant cousin of mine. I found that out the other day too. Shout out to him, yeah. But yeah, he did it was cool. It had it had Lorenzo Booker on there. It had Coach Mack. Coach Mack was the football coach at St. Bonnie's and Oxnard. Had some Pacifica High football players.
Yeah, I saw that.
Yeah, it was cool.
They had the youth football players too. They had some youth.
Yeah, the Warriors, Oxnard Warriors.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
I think, yeah.
Yeah, that was pretty cool. That was really, really well done.
Yeah.
For sure.
Yeah. What's this Dan LeBatard thing?
You didn't see that?
Oh, wow. Let's get into this. I just read this right now. This is... Wow, okay.
So... Real quick, shout out to Dell who broke this news 2 days ago to me. So
So
guy's
who's
name
Dan
is-
LeBatard?
Yeah,
first?
he's from ESPN. He's the guy who does or he did the what's that show? Highly Questionable with Poppy,
Sure, yeah.
with his dad. So it turns out he goes on his social media and says, "I'm not really." What he said, I'm not Hispanic, like, and he's been saying he's Cuban, and then the guy who plays Poppy isn't really his dad. He's an actor named
Wow.
Doug
That is
from
crazy.
Iowa.
That's crazy. Because they play the whole, like, they're Miami guys, right? Like
Right,
Miami,
so they-
Miami.
Wow. Okay. Yeah, he's from I guess he wrote for the Miami Herald. And then, those sports writers, they get a show or whatever,
Right.
and then he got his own show, and apparently he ran with that. I don't know. I don't think that it was a joke, because he seemed
That's such a
pretty serious.
weird thing to do. It's so weird.
Yeah. You have
How
the
would
clip?
you do that? Huh?
You have the clip of it, of him saying it?
Yeah, let me see if I can pull it up. Well, I'm not sure if, actually, yeah, I can pull it up here. But that's like, it's so weird. That's such a bizarre thing to lie about, you know?
Well, I get
Like,
it.
who
He wants
cares?
to be
Who
Hispanic.
cares? But who cares if your dad is like a part of your show, you know? If he didn't have that, he still could be the same guy.
Well, he was trying to play off the whole, oh, I'm super Cuban, and look, my dad has this crazy Cuban, accent, and
Yelling voice.
yeah, and he just tried to lean into that and make it just kind of a funny shtick. And
All right, here's the video.
Okay, so this is hugely embarrassing right before we leave ESPN, but I figured I'd come clean as a preventive measure before those sewage treatment plants, the New York Post and TMZ, get a hold of this and distort it. I just wanted to tell you personally on the front end, or I guess it's the back end, that I'm not Hispanic, and my father is not Hispanic. My father is, this is hard to say, he's a paid actor from Des Moines. His real name is Doug. We carried on the lie for a long time because it was profitable. It got away from us. So
Whoa.
Doug and I are deeply sorry.
Whoa. That's wild. That's weird.
Yeah, super. I don't. Is that real? That, like, dang, like, to do that for that long?
I don't know. Is that real?
That's what I'm saying.
Is
like,
that real?
if
is
that's
it
real,
real?
that's nuts. Someone
Man.
hit us up live from Ox City. Hit us up and let us know if that's real or not, because it seems real, but there's a part of it that seems like he's just like trolling a little bit.
Yeah.
I don't know anymore.
Man, that's such a weird thing. It's such a weird, like, how in the first place how did that get traction in the first place? You know?
Well, because I guess he's leaving ESPN. I don't know if you heard him in the beginning.
Yeah.
He's leaving ESPN, and he didn't
But
want.
the whole idea of him being Hispanic.
Oh.
How did that even?
Being from Miami and just, I don't know.
And then, like, for his dad to be pretending that, like, why would you even start doing that in the first place? That doesn't make any sense.
It makes it to catch on to the crowd, to make a fun. Like, a lot of people thought that was funny. The fact that his dad was on there, and he would mispronounce people's names, and just kind of.
I just, like, it's so weird. Like, why does he have to be his dad? Why can't he just be? Because I never even knew that it was his dad, or I never thought that it was his dad. You know, like,
who did you think?
There's just this weirdo old man on the show who would yell stuff.
Oh, okay.
I just
And
thought
they
it
just
was
called
that.
him Poppy.
Yeah, I mean, sure, Miami.
Yeah, I guess.
You know, So I thought that he was just some guy. So it doesn't even make sense to make that lie in the first place. But
Yeah.
wow, I
we'll
wonder
see.
what's gonna happen to him.
Yeah, we'll update listeners, or we won't.
Yeah. Did you watch Mandalorian?
Yeah, we got into this one of the episodes. I watched about 30 minutes of one.
Of one episode?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. So you're not familiar with the actress who got fired and
No, what was that about? I heard about that.
yeah, so
Where
she got
was,
fired.
like, canceled, and then
Yeah, she got canceled. She got hit with the wave. She said she made some post. She had made a few posts over the last few months, I guess, that were kind of weird. You know, like they're teetering on the line of crazy. And so like she kind of was getting like a little bit of, like a slap on the wrist, like, hey, like stop doing that, like Disney, I think, because people were getting upset with her. People were wanting her removed. And so recently, whatever it was last week, she posted another tweet that and there's debate around the meaning of it or the purpose of it was, but it made some kind of comparison to modern day politics and Nazi Germany, and people got upset about that. And so then she got fired, and then people got more upset about her getting fired. But then since she got fired, then she got picked up by some other, some other news network picked her up, and then she's talking about making her own movie now. So, it'd be interesting to see that.
What kind of movie?
Who knows? She just was. She was saying like, I've always wanted this opportunity to direct. I guess I don't know. Who knows? Every actor wants to be a director, right?
Yeah, probably.
But I didn't know that this actress, she was a UFC fighter. Like she fought in the UFC, or maybe not the UFC, but she was an MMA fighter, and she fought Cyborg. You know who Cyborg is?
Yeah, isn't it? I thought that was a dude.
No.
Oh, okay.
But yeah, Cyborg is a
though.
female MMA fighter. But she fought. This actress, Gina Carano, fought Cyborg years ago and lost. I think got TKO. But she kind of just has she's acted. She was in like the X-Men movies and stuff.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
No, I don't. I've never seen it. I don't know who she is, but I definitely saw that. Something like she was starting her own thing. Lady from Mandalorian movie starts her own thing. That's like the gist of what I got.
Yeah.
From it.
I mean, I figure it'll be trash. Probably would be my guess.
But what though?
What is she?
What
gonna
is
start?
it? Yeah, like how do you know
Who
it's
knows?
gonna be trash
I don't know.
if you don't even know?
I don't know. Some like
She'll
B-list
start the
Lifetime.
Mandalorian.
Yeah. Well, I saw a meme that said there was going to be the Magalorian. Because it's,
Oh, I get it.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, I guess I brought it up because I've been talking about it all week with people, and I see the sentiment that I hear all week is about the cancellation and the, denial of free speech. And then I watch this movie today, Judas and the Black Messiah, and watch that and then see what that movie is about and what happens in that movie. And so it makes me want to say, I don't give a shit about that girl getting fired. So, yeah. So like we're really worried about that. I'm not. That's all.
Yeah. Yeah. Nah. Nah. 100%. 110%.
Yeah. Okay. So Dan LeBatard is not Hispanic.
So is he?
And
In
his
another
dad,
news.
I wonder if his dad is. I wonder if he's even Hispanic. Like he's from Des Moines or he's from Iowa, but is he even Hispanic? They didn't sort that out.
Yeah, who knows? That's a weird thing that that Tadeo told me about. Like I have no. It was I literally had to tell him like, hold on, let me try and process this. Is his dad Hispanic? But is the guy who plays Poppy Hispanic, but he's not his dad?
The guy who plays Poppy. The guy who plays the role of Poppy.
The guy who's credited for Poppy.
Like it's a
In the
recurring
credits?
role. It's a DC recurring role. Who's playing Poppy?
Hey, that's shoot. He might be a really good guy.
Maybe they
what they're
upgrade
missing.
they upgrade from this guy after like, and then whoever gets to interpret the role next, like it's George Lopez next.
Hey, do you remember? Speaking of George Lopez, do you remember that guy who was stealing everyone's jokes? What was his name?
Oh, Carlos Mencia.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then Joe Rogan like he called him out. I think at the Comedy Store.
Yeah,
Maybe.
but you know why he was stealing a lot of George Lopez. Well, he's stealing a lot of people's jokes, but he was stealing some George Lopez jokes.
Right.
Like a
yeah,
lot of
I remember that.
Hispanic type, like Latino based jokes
Yeah.
were some of George Lopez's jokes. And
He
so
came
I heard
on
that.
right after Chappelle Show, didn't he?
Yeah,
I think it was like
kind of
Mind
like the
of
same
Mencia
time.
right after Chappelle Show.
Right, they were doing a lot of sketch comedy stuff
Yeah.
on what was that? Comedy Central?
Comedy Central, yeah.
But the crazy part is you've seen that where Joe Rogan kind of confronts him or whatever on stage.
Oh yeah.
But what I heard was George Lopez actually choked him out.
Oh, George Lopez choked out Mencia.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Yeah, I want to see that footage.
Wait, there's not footage of it, is there?
No. I don't think so.
Okay.
I don't think so. We would have definitely seen that. But
Yeah, by now.
but nah, that would have been some good footage to see.
Yeah, because in the comedy world, from what I understand, stealing jokes is like,
From what you understand, that's 100% an off.
That's
like
of
stealing
course,
a
but
song.
yeah. So I mean, the same type of thing. That's
Yeah,
like
yeah.
a mortal sin, amongst
Right.
comedians. So and this guy's making tons of money off of it too.
Yeah, he was easily top 5, successful whatever year that was that he had that show. He was like for that year at least, or 2 years, or however long his little run was, he was easily top 5 as far as money.
Yeah, he had his little moment.
Right.
He had
and
his
then
little
it
moment.
just all came crumbling down.
Yeah. Well, that's what happens. I mean, shit. He's stealing other people's stuff.
Yeah, he's probably never recovered from that. Like as far as
I haven't seen him.
yeah, he's never really. He probably does his little thing, on the side. Not, like probably I don't know what he does,
OnlyFans?
but
That's what happened. That's what happens when you mess with Rogan.
yeah,
You
mess
go
with
from
Rogan.
you have a special on Comedy Central right after Chappelle Show, and then now 2021 Mencia is doing OnlyFans.
Did you see Chappelle's shows back on Netflix?
I did.
It's pretty cool.
That has bought Netflix so much rapport, like respect.
Yeah,
with the
exactly.
entertainment community, just respecting Chappelle's request and treating him with respect like an artist, and and then they're gonna see the return from that. Like, Chappelle's gonna be loyal. That other people are gonna go there because of that. So it's good to see, and it's good to see that, like, that's the first time that we've seen an artist or a creator really flex their power like that, in that way, of like, hey, don't listen to my stuff, or don't enjoy my work. Like, I'm asking you, like he's asking you as the creator, please don't, use my stuff. And, people respected that enough to hold off and not do that. Like, that's something that I haven't seen before. So he kind of sets a precedent.
Yeah, he definitely put them in a position where he made the rules, pretty much.
Right. He made it worthless.
Dictated. Yeah.
He made the show worthless without him.
Yep.
Sorry.
Yeah, for sure. And so I'm probably gonna definitely subscribe to Netflix again.
Wow, another so you got another
little
streaming
month.
Service.
Another little month of Netflix.
And then you'll watch everything on there and then cancel it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Netflix and chill has a different meaning for me.
I think it's had a different meaning for everybody since
Netflix, then chill.
Okay, watch all of the Netflix and then chill.
And then chill. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. We got to do our ad. You want to do it?
Yeah.
All right. It's obviously still the pandemic, I guess, in more places than some. The pandemic is more serious in some places than others. So it depends where you're at. But I'm able to run, which is good for me. Like, that's the only thing that I can really do as far as exercise wise, like get out and exercise. So when I do that, I like to get all CBD'd up. So I rub CBD on my knees and ankles and all that. So that's how I use it. But luckily, Live from Ox City has started working with Pound for Pound CBD, which is a CBD company owned by or affiliated with Mikey Garcia, who's a local Oxnard guy. Pound for Pound CBD offers organic hemp products. They offer a bunch of different types of products, gel capsules. The lemongrass Soothe Balm is what I use. I rub that on my joints a lot. Gummies have, and then like the oil tincture things. So I love using it. You can use it for other stuff. You can use it for sleeping. You can use it for anxiety, just to help alleviate some of that. Like, I use it for body pain. There's a bunch of different kinds of reasons that you might use it. So if you're interested in using Pound for Pound CBD products, you can go to Pound for Pound CBD. Let's see what that is. Yeah, p4pcbd.com. You can check out some of their products, some of their subscription boxes that they have on that site. To get a discount, you can use our Live from Ox City discount code, which is just Ox City. So that's OXCITY. Type that in and use our discount code, and I think it's 20% off. I don't know. It's enough off. So if you want to use that, you can use our discount code and check out Pound for Pound CBD.
Bye, Felicia.
We're at like 47 minutes right now.
Okay, so I think we should do an outro type shit.
Yeah,
maybe.
Like, I don't know, like
definitely shout out to Sampson, like something like that.
So that's been another episode of Live from Ox City. Shout out to Sampson. Shout out to Farron.
Yes.
for
yes.
joining us on the podcast. That was cool.
Thank-
We didn't. That was the first time we met Farron.
Yeah, super
He
cool,
was super
dude.
cool.
Samson,
Yeah.
definitely already a friend of the show. Check out his podcast. Check out all the stuff he's got going on.
Yeah,
And,
check us out at livefromoxcity.com. That's going to take you to our Patreon. Like, comment, subscribe on stuff.
Shout out to the Patreon subscribers.
Yeah,
too,
again,
you
shout out
guys-
to the Patreon. Yeah, where's the hold on. This is important. For the Patreon subscribers.
I appreciate you guys.
Yeah, that's
Yeah,
much
I appreciate-
appreciated.
I definitely seriously appreciate. We're in the beginning stages of doing the podcast, and we have definitely a lot more Patreon subscribers than I thought that we would have, and they've been with us for a long, pretty much the beginning, and we've had a couple people trickle in and stuff, and people are subscribing and getting that extra episode every week. The turn up episodes, the nightcap, whatever you want to call it.
Right.
But I definitely
Which is what we're
appreciate
about to get into right now.
Yep, and I definitely just want to say shout out to all the Patreon subscribers.
Yep.
I appreciate you guys.
And yeah, and shout out to all the listeners.
Yeah,
I
all you
appreciate you
regular
guys for-
listeners too.
Yeah, all you regulars, which we still need to figure out a name, but but yeah, if you're interested in checking out the nightcap episode, go to livefromoxcity.com. Check it out at the Patreon.